What's wrong with you? How? First of all, how did Netflix let you make this show?
Well, they wouldn't have let me make it if I just pitched it to them.
What did you do?
I made a few and showed it to them.
Oh my God!
Because I knew that that if we
you can't give anybody like the script.
No,
No.
the script won't work. I mean, that's just that's the thing is like
It's very funny.
Thanks,
funny.
man. It's
So ridiculous.
It's pretty ridiculous. You know, it was a few years ago that I made the initial one. It was I was on that crazy tour, that real crazy tour, where it was like, you know, fucking 10 shows a week, and I had a break coming up, and so I've always liked movies, like features, right? But it's a huge undertaking to get a feature made, but I liked short films because it feels like you're making a movie, you know, like a mini movie, right?
Right.
And it feels much more accessible to do. So I had written all these like short stories, short films, and I called my friend Rami Hashash and I was like, hey, I have a break coming up on tour. Let's shoot a short film because we'd done other things before. And when I sent him like 10 different scripts. He was like, what if we did 3 of these? I was like, how can we do 3 of them? He's like, we'll shoot like 11 days in a row. We can do 3 of these stories. And even then I wasn't thinking of like having a television series. I was just like, oh, it'll be fun to make these stories, you know? And so after we shot those 3, it was clear that we had like the, you know, the bones of a show. Like what if we did a show that was based on short stories, you know, like short films basically. And I don't know, there's another few that were in the original. And when I sent them in to Netflix, they were like, this is fucking insane, but like we'll make 6 episodes of this. And yeah, they were just like, this is crazy. But it's been the most fun I've ever had, dude.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what, I was thinking about it like on my way in here today. I was like, sometimes you have to remind yourself like of what your original dream, you know? And my dream when I moved to LA had nothing to do with stand-up. I never thought of stand-up. Not to say that I don't love doing stand-up today. I'm in love with stand-up. But I moved to LA because I was like, oh, I want to do movies. Like that was my whole thing. I want to do comedy movies. And I had like my own blueprint for how I would do it. I was like, I'll go to the Groundlings. SNL will definitely hire me from there. Like this is like my 21-year-old brain. And then I'll do that for a couple of years and then I'll do movies. Like I thought that was a logical game plan to end up in movies. And it just, you know, I did do the Groundlings for a while, the school. But when I was supposed to do Writing Lab, which was like one of their levels, I had started stand-up and I was just like, oh, this path is just better for me. Like I was getting traction, not like my career wasn't moving, but I'm saying like I could feel how much I loved it. And I was starting to get like $50 here and there. And I was like, oh, it's not doing the Writing Lab thing. It's staying in the stand-up path. You know, like that's kind of like.
Interesting.
But the dream of doing something like movies, which is like, this feels like to me like they sent me to film school and they were like, make your fucked up movies. That's what it felt like. That's been like, I was working like 16-hour days doing this thing. And I would come home and Christina would be like, I have never seen you so energized after working all goddamn day. She's like, you come home in the best mood. I was like, yeah, because I'm having fun. Like, I'm having so much fun doing this, you know?
Well, that shows you're doing the right thing.
I think so. I mean, it was like...
Sure. That is so uniquely you.
It is, right?
Oh, yeah. That's our fucking text thread.
It pretty much is. There are some in here that I can't wait for you to see. Like, there are some in here that I literally cannot wait for you to see. This morning, she goes, why is it called Bad Thoughts? It should be called Cock Thoughts. she's like, I swear there's dicks in like every other one. I'm like, yeah. She's like, dicks and violence. That's your wheelhouse.
We need more of this in the world.
Yeah.
We really do. You know that show, the religious show on Max? Why am I not remembering it? Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Danny McBride.
Yeah.
He's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic. But the whole cast.
The whole
is
cast
fantastic.
is, yeah.
The fucking show is so good. It's so funny.
Goggins, Adam Devine, John Goodman.
Oh yeah, everyone's amazing.
They're all fantastic.
But it's also so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God. It's like, it seems like for a while people were getting scared of making anything offensive.
I know, and it also feels like so many studios, networks, platforms, whatever you want to call it, are like so distanced from comedy. Like it's like comedy is
it's
like
too dangerous.
It's very like.
Well, what's weird is you can get away with so much in a drama. In a drama, you could have violence and theft and car accidents. You could fucking kill people and rape people and steal all their money, and that's okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, but like, there's something about doing comedy that's offensive or even potentially offensive.
Yeah. The other thing is, there's the offensive angle. I also think that they really shit the bed on literally backing truly funny material. Like so many studio comedies that are released, the critics, people are like, why didn't this work? Because it's not good. It wasn't funny.
Right.
It's not a funny comedy.
But don't you think part of that is because they can't take any real chances?
Yeah, I think a studio is always, like if you strip everything down, it's somebody that has to have some risk in their job. They're playing with millions of dollars and saying like, this will make us money.
Right.
And so, yeah, they start to get more apprehensive about it. The other thing is that the cost of some of these comedies, when comedies were really thriving last, which was, I think, like more than 20 years ago, some of these comedies started to cost like 30 million plus to do a comedy. Yeah, because sometimes you had like huge stars and huge set pieces, and you'd have these enormous budgets. Yeah, like real. And now some of them, like Tropic Thunder, I think did probably pretty well at the box office, right? But a lot of them would not. And so it started to be like, hey, you know what? We can make this. That's why you see the explosion of certain genres, right? Like horror really has had a huge uptick the last decade plus, because people can produce them for $5 million, but they don't realize that you can produce great comedies for $5 million also. You can, but you have to like prioritize the material first. It's got to be a great script, and they got to be willing to back it. And I feel like they just haven't taken those shots yet.
Well, it's kind of a tremendous opportunity, right? Because of the fact that these big studios and these big stars are not doing those kind of films.
Exactly.
Like the door is wide open
It's
because
open.
the demand has never gone away.
No, people want it. They want to laugh.
Always.
I'm doing one this summer.
Yeah?
I'm doing a movie this summer, yeah.
What are you doing?
It's a crazy fucking comedy. It's insane. Yeah. It hasn't been announced yet, so you know how they are about that. But it's a wild R-rated comedy.
Well, tell me about it afterwards then.
Okay, yeah.
Haha, everybody else.
Yeah, no, I can't. I would love to talk about it, but I think we're doing kind of like what you're saying, which is like we're going to go all in on trying to make this really funny movie. And I mean, I couldn't be more excited about it. And I think it's like it takes. You realize when you read it and you go, this is it. We kind of do, some punch-ups on the script, and then you just try to surround yourself with amazing comedic talent, like great actors.
And just have fun.
Yeah, I think that's
awesome.
Something that's missing.
That's so cool. I didn't even know that was your original dream, and I've fucking known you forever.
I know, yeah. It was. I guess I was probably like, I kind of was resigned to that's not going to happen, too. Not like. I mean, the other thing is like, dude, every time I'm out on the road, I would get a call. Hey, they want to see you for this part, or you got an offer to shoot this show or this, like, here's the offer. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on tour. Like, I can't move the fucking United Center, They
don't care.
They don't care.
They just want that piece.
And I'm like, dude,
because they don't get a piece of that United Center.
I know. I'm like, I can't move all that shit. But that's also, I realized that after years of that, it's like, well, if I'm always touring, I'm just never going to be able to do
other people's stuff.
Yeah. And so it also kind of, I got excited about, having the summer off and I could do something. And then my tour, the current tour I'm on, will end in December, and I'm leaving 26 wide open.
Really?
Yeah.
Just gonna film stuff.
I'm going to, film some stuff, and then I'll still do like what I do, which is like go into your club or book some club weekends, which are kind of like low, stress kind of things where you go like,
Right.
hey, I'm just going to go work out.
Yeah.
So I'll try to keep the muscle fresh, but I won't book like a tour.
Yeah. It's good to take breaks.
It is, right?
I'll tell you that. I took a big sort of a break. I've just been doing the club since I did my live special.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's great having no pressure. So like I just talk about what I want to talk about, and I write about what I want to write about instead of going, I gotta put an hour together because I have a tour in 3 months.
Right.
Like I have to make sure this hour's tight. I have to.
You just kind of take your time with it.
And I think there's something to be said for taking breaks with stand-up in particular, because like you don't want to just have tools that you use to do a job. Right? You want to actually, you have to kind of figure out, what am I investing all my time in these subject matters?
Yeah.
Like, what's interesting to me? And how much time is that going to take to figure out what the perspective is where I can just say it on stage?
Yeah.
Because I feel like with a lot of comics, there's a thing happens where you get kind of like locked into a set. And then you abandon that set, and there's this mad scramble to come up with a new set.
Yes.
And a lot of times when you're doing that new set, it's not you're not invested in it. It's just you can make it effective.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This kind of feels like filler.
Yeah.
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 I know exactly what you mean.
And the audience feels that too.
I think they definitely do.
They do.
They
They
do.
do because I feel it as an audience member.
Yeah.
I know when someone's doing that, and I go, I'm not connecting with this at all.
Right. But if it's something that you can tell the person wants to talk about,
Exactly.
it resonates. It hits
Where it's
different.
Actually interesting. That's the thing. It's like, as I've gotten older, I've thought much more about stand-up, and there's a lot of stand-up is kind of like unspoken. I think a lot of it is hypnosis.
Really?
Yeah, there's a weird thing going on, and I get it from like great comedians. Like when I was a kid, there was this guy named Frank Santos, the R-rated hypnotist, and he would go on stage and make people do stuff, and you're having sex with Madonna. It was really weird. But there was a flow to the way his confidence, or something about him. And he was also an actual hypnotized people to quit smoking and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was something that he was doing where I was like, what is he doing? Like, how is he, what is this connection where it's just so funny? Like, how is he getting into these people's heads? Like, what is hypnosis? And then I see a guy like Attell on stage when he's killing. And I recognize something I'm like, he's hypnotizing us. There's something that he's doing, this effortless confidence and connection to what he's talking about, and great material also. So you give him the reins. You're like, oh, this material's so good, I'll give you the reins. Take my brain. Take my brain. Take my brain.
And the rhythm of the cadence too.
Yes.
Because he has a very particular cadence. And you know, if you hang out with him or work with him like I did a few times, you start doing the cadence.
A lot of people do.
Start doing the cadence. And I did that. I did that in like 05, 06, when I was like, he was on his show and his first like killer album came out, Skanks for the Memories. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would be talking like to you like this. I'd get on stage, I'd be like, how's everybody doing? Like I would just start doing, because it's such like a hypnotic type of cadence.
Yeah, Patrice always says that about like having babies. Like that's his babies.
Yeah.
Like Dave Attell has a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people that he gave birth to their
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super normal. A lot of people have that. But it's interesting how that stuff works. That there's a thing that's going on, which is why live stand-up is so much better than stand-up on television.
Dude, I also have this thing recently, because I'm on tour right now. I realized that, like, man, it's funny how I could be like tired, and being tired, I go on stage in a different mindset, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, that was a way better set. Like I had the right amount of tired. Not tired where I can't think,
but more relaxed.
And then I get off, and like my whole tour crew was like, that was fucking an amazing show. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I was too tired to be like self-conscious or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like some of my self-awareness went away, but like the right degree of it went away.
Yeah.
And then the show just
and then you locked in with them.
Yeah, I also like to tell myself sometimes, if I remember, that I'm best on stage if I'm going on stage in a silly mindset. Mm-hmm. If I'm goofing off backstage.
Yes.
Fucking around, you know.
Yes.
Making fun of somebody that's like in my crew or something. I don't know, like dancing in the green room, like just silly. That mindset walking up on stage is like the best one to go on stage with.
That's why I used to love working with Joey so much.
Yeah.
Because two things. One, Joey would make me laugh like while he was on stage. I'd be waiting to go on stage. Instead of thinking about my material and going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, I'd just be laughing. Mm-hmm. And then I'd go on stage laughing.
And that's the thing is that's an unspoken thing that the audience goes like, there's joy coming from this person.
Yes.
They feel the joy.
Yeah, legit.
They really do.
Because like there's nothing grosser than fake laughs.
Yeah.
When a comedian does the fake laugh thing, it's fucking gross.
Yeah.
It just like when they've said that fucking same joke the same way every night with the same laugh.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, you're tricking me.
You're tricking me, yeah.
You're tricking me. You're a hooker.
It's so manufactured, It's so calculated.
Which is fine. I mean, do whatever you want. But it's like there's a thing that comes with that that's like, okay, I'm never going to be fully locked in, but maybe I can just appreciate this for,
True.
Like I'm watching a sitcom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then there's also nothing as fun as genuine laughter on, like, if something really makes you laugh while you're doing a set, that's the most fun.
Oh, for sure.
And that becomes contagious.
It's like, that's why the bits work so good when you first start doing them.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they die off because you're getting tired of it and you're not laughing anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there's certain things, like, as a subject, when you first start talking about it, where you're like, what the fuck is going on? How is this a real thing?
It's so funny because we were just talking about how there's certain bits where it kills, right? Mm-hmm. And then over the next few months,
it dies.
It dies slowly.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do the math. You're like, wait, am I saying it different? Am I like, you just go listen?
Right.
Did I miss a beat or something? Did I miss some connective tissue?
Right.
What's going on? And it just like, by the end, you're like, no, it's fully dead. It has died. I don't know what happened.
You just got to be able to accept that they're dead.
Yeah. That's such a funny thing, though, that happens.
I have a bunch of bits I call orphans. I have a file of orphans.
Oh, like
they're all bits that just never made it onto a special.
Yeah.
Like someone comes up to me, like every now and then, one of my friends will come up to me, like, "Do you do that fucking? Is that on anything?" I was like, "That one's just an orphan.
It's an orphan.
It's just floating around. It doesn't fit with anything, and it's so fucked up."
And sometimes you ever try to bring those back? I brought some back that didn't make it. And sometimes they get new life. Yeah. And then sometimes you're like, oh, there's a reason why I didn't carry this one.
You know when they pop up is Bottom of the Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best show. The Bottom of the Barrel, every now and then I'll pull something out and go, actually, I have a fucking ancient bit on this. If I can kind of remember it.
That's the other thing is your memory starts to, on the old stuff.
My memory's gone on my last special. It's gone.
That's the best thing that can happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
I get called out to, do this bit, and I go, I honestly don't remember how it goes.
Yeah.
I'll start it, and then I'll forget.
Right. You want to do it?
Yeah. And then they'll know it. They'll know it better than you. And you're like, oh yeah, I don't remember.
Sometimes that's good. That would be funny if they did it. They acted it out.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, because there's certain bits like they just leave your mind. It's like I'm done with this.
But did you like any of the acting stuff? Because I know you don't have any interest in doing it anymore. But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, news radio was really fun.
That was fun. It was
fun. I didn't mind doing it. It's just I didn't like it as much, and I didn't like the time commitment. That these I mean, I don't sound like I'm complaining, oh, is acting so hard? But it's like you're working these long-ass days.
Yeah.
And as a person who likes to do a lot of different things, that becomes a problem.
And you were on a multicam.
Exactly.
Imagine if you were on a single cam.
Way harder.
That would have been...
Single cams are crazy. I had friends that are on single cams. I was like, oh my God, how are you doing this? They were working 6 days a week, and they would work at like 12, 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so crazy. Like, I like to do a bunch of stuff, man. I like to do jiu-jitsu. I like to play pool.
Are you rolling again?
No, I'm still injured.
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with some small, it's a lot better now, lower back issue. And a little bit of a knee issue, but that's pretty good too.
Did I say
I'm pretty close.
My little guy quit jiu-jitsu?
Why? Why'd he quit?
the funniest thing. They both go. Both my boys go, and we take them in, and my youngest is like, "This is my last one." He's 6, and I go, "Is your last one?" He goes, "Dude, my schedule is crazy." I go, "What?"
He's copying his dad.
Yeah, he's talking like me, and he goes, "I have a full plate," and I go, "You have a full plate?" He goes, "I go kindergarten. I got Spanish. I do drums. I don't have time for this."
That's hilarious.
And then he told the instructor. He told the guy in charge. I was like, "Tell him." He goes, "I won't be coming back. I have a very full schedule." And so that guy kind of like smiled, and he goes, "Well, what do you have?" He goes, "I told you, kindergarten, drums, Spanish. I don't have time to do everything."
He's 6.
6. And I go, "Yeah."
Is this the one who calls you Tom?
Well, they both did for a while, but yeah. So he goes, but the instructor was great. He goes, okay. He goes, "Well, in life, you have to be strong, right?" And my kid goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's not an option." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "So if you have to be strong, then you have to do this." And my kid's like, "Yeah." He goes, the instructor goes, "So I'll see you Thursday." And he sticks out his fist, and my kid goes, "I told you, I'm too busy. I told you." And so he hasn't gone. But this is the thing about kids, is like he hasn't gone now in like a month. And then now he's like, "Hey, I want to go back to jiu-jitsu." I'm like, "Of course." So
Of course.
and also his older brother is doing very well.
That's a problem.
And
It's
so
like this
he
motherfucker.
got a new belt, you know,
Uh-oh.
and my older brother's like fucking him up and talking mad shit all day. Takes his shirt off every day, and he goes, "I'm gonna be so fucking jacked." So he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get back in there."
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta hedge your time. Like you have to figure out like what do you want to do.
You're the most insane in my book for a person who does the most different things, because you're highly proficient at archery, jiu-jitsu, shooting pool, fitness, this shit, like that's a lot of different things to be like very good at.
Do I have to pick my spots?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm an obsessive person.
Right.
So like I have to like that's why I don't fuck with golf. That's why I don't fuck
Fucking
with video
golf
games.
will get you, dude.
Video games will get me.
I stayed away from video games for 20 years, about 20 years, and we got a console. Well, here's the thing. I actually found that I am busy enough where in my brain I can go, yeah, I can do 20 minutes on certain days and get like a little dopamine kick from it, like have fun. But most of the time I walk by it and I go, I want to play. I got out of time to play.
My problem is if I put that 20 minutes in, I'll be up till 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll go, I don't need sleep. I just won't work out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll just show up half in the bag. I'll eat a lot of creatine
and I'll be
so
okay.
my brain works.
Yeah.
Do you know to do that?
Yeah, I started doing it every day. Yeah.
But that's a really big one for sleep deprivation.
Really?
Yeah, there was some sort of study where they showed that it completely diminishes the effects of sleep deprivation. If you take, I think it's 20 grams. I think 20 grams of creatine, something crazy like that.
I've been doing that. I have a whole new sleep protocol I'm doing.
Oh, a sleep protocol.
With, like, I'm saying a bunch of peptides and shit. Yeah.
Ooh, I just ordered an Oura ring to track my sleep.
That's good. Do you have to try that pineal peptide?
No, I haven't. I heard about it. You were telling me it really ramped up your REM sleep.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything for more sleep, I'm into, man.
I'll tell you what really affected
Quality sleep.
No drinking. That really affected my sleep a lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Were you
don't feel
drinking a
that.
lot?
Not a lot. Not like Bert levels. But like last time I was sober, I was with him. We were all, it was a great table. It was like Taylor Sheridan,
Oh, yeah.
his wife, my wife was there, Bert and his wife, David Goggins and his wife.
Oh, wow.
And then a bunch of my professional pool player friends.
That's a fun table.
Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. We
Yeah.
had so much fun. We all had dinner together after the UFC fight, and Bert is just throwing back martinis.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I definitely made the right choice.
Yeah.
I definitely made the right choice. Like I'm watching him. He's slowly turning into a human grape in front of my eyes. He's fucking red in his face. He was hilarious.
He was.
I'll tell you that.
Sure.
At the table, we were having a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
But I was like,
He can knock him down, dude. He can really knock him down.
Bro, he found out we were leaving, so he ordered 2 more to down on the way out the door. He just downed 2 martinis. I'll have 2 more. Like, just down these martinis on the way out the door. I'm like, this is fucking preposterous.
It's preposterous.
And then I talked to him, and he goes, I got all my blood work done. Perfect. Everything's perfect.
I know.
I was like, how's that possible?
He always says that. And I saw somebody comment the other day on our podcast. They go, the documentary about Bert's doctor, who says blood work is perfect, is going to be unbelievable.
It's a complete charlatan.
It's got to be, dude. It's got to be.
Dirty lab coat with a fucking mouse in his pocket. Like some
It's
crazy
be
guy.
Complete lunatic. Who's like, you're great.
Oh my God, that's so
funny.
funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, we had dinner and he was like, wine? Anybody want wine? And I was like, I'm good. And he's like, we'll do a bottle of wine for the and nobody had wine, so he just dumps the wine into his glass. And he can drink it in like 5 minutes. It's crazy.
It's bizarre. Well, it's obvious, like, it's got to be an adaptive thing, right? Like running is. Like,
yeah.
If you run never, you can't run a marathon.
Right.
But if you run a lot, you can run a marathon.
Sure.
You get used to it. Your body gets accustomed to putting in the miles 5 before work every day.
You know, we always talk about that freak show shit he has in him. Like he's freaky.
Yeah, he's freak. Yeah.
We did the 5K in Tampa. Mm-hmm. We had like 8,000 people come out this year. It's crazy.
Amazing.
And so many people that are like, you know, making.
Look at that.
Yeah, making leaps.
By the way, how good does Jelly Roll look?
Dude, do you know what he's down?
200 pounds.
Yeah, and from last year, 130.
That's amazing.
And he's like, I want to lose another 100.
That's insane. So what's he at now?
He's at 340.
So he wants to get down to 240. Wow.
He wants to get to 240.
He's a big guy. For him, 240 is probably right.
Yeah, it's probably. And I, by the way, we were talking before he got there. The 5K it was in Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, how are we mapping out 3.1? Well, the only way to do that in a venue of this size is you had to like use every, square inch of the place. So they had us go up the ramp. Like if you're going to go up to the top, there's a ramp that goes up. It's 9 stories up of all incline.
Boy.
And then you go across, then you go down, then you go up again.
Oh, a lot of incline.
Like half a mile plus of incline, right?
Oh.
So before Jelly gets here, I'm like, I don't know if he can do this, man. You know what I mean? Like he's a big guy still. Knees, cardio, all this shit.
Right.
Dude, he fucking smashed it.
That's incredible.
He did great.
Did he hire a trainer? Like how is it? What is he doing?
I think some people.
He got rid of his phone.
I know. He has like a flip phone that like doesn't even that you can. I don't even know if you can get texts on it. So.
Yeah, he just chucked his phone out. Apparently, like all the years of drinking, he just gave his phone number out to so many people,
like,
and then decided instead of getting a new number, which is what you should do.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just no phone.
That's fucking awesome, by the way.
It's crazy.
I used to panic when I left my phone behind. Now when I forget my phone, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a great day. Like I left my phone. I'll get it later. Like I feel fine.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all prisoners.
We are totally prisoners.
We're prisoners, and it's gonna get worse.
Oh, this is the thing I wanted to tell you. So, some of the Bucks players came out, the offensive linemen. These are absolute beasts. 6'5", 6'6", 330, like just fucking giants. They're gorillas. And we're doing all this silly competition stuff. Like we hit the golf simulator, throw a fucking spear into like a bale of hay. And then they're like, oh, we need one more thing. So we have a beer stein holding contest. So it says...
Oh, Bert won that.
Yeah, he beat fucking all pro.
He's been... That's like... But come on, man.
But look at these
Doesn't that make
guys.
Sense?
It does make sense, but you still go like...
Those skinny guys can throw a baseball a lot faster than these dudes.
It's just crazy to me, though. Like,
not to me.
The upper bodies on these dudes, I'm like, no, these guys are...
Yeah, he's going to win. He's used to holding beers.
Yeah.
He's used to holding drinks.
I couldn't do it. I tapped out. Like my arm just gave out, and then
look at him. He's still smiling.
Oh yeah.
He got nothing wrong. That's insane.
Yeah, and then they slowly fell.
I bet if he did his left arm, it would fall off. I bet he literally wouldn't be able. He's just been holding up drinks so long. Yeah. Also, like toasting crowds for so long. Look at this.
Yeah.
He beat everybody. He should hold out and just humiliate them after he's done. Just keep going.
Oh, he held it up after he was done.
That big guy looks like he's ready to break. He gave up.
Yeah, and
Look at Bert.
Didn't even.
Look at this.
Yeah. just insane.
He's got incredible genetics. Like if he wanted to be an athlete, he'd be an incredible athlete.
Yeah, I think so. If he was like super dedicated to it, yeah.
Yeah, he's just trapped in booze. But it's also made him very rich. So it's like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's working out.
Like, I love him. Yeah. You know, I don't want him to change, but I do. I mean, I want him to be healthy. But like when we first started doing Sober October, it was essentially just because we were worried Bert was going to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, he's still here.
I mean, the first one was the weight loss thing.
Blood works perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What's that? What type of resistance is that?
I don't know. I think it's like 100 and something.
100 and something?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with, that squeeze machine?
Yeah.
You know that thing?
Oh, yeah, that measures your grip?
Yeah. I got 161, and I want to get 190.
Oh, so you're training for it?
Yeah.
You have one here?
No.
Grip strength
I think we do. Yeah, we do out there. Yeah, out in the hallway. But we do at the club. And so when I first did it, I think I got 147. I was like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I got up to 161 without these things.
I bet
just from working out a lot.
I bet David has a crazy grip strength.
Which David?
Lucas.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
Big hands.
Big hands.
Yeah.
Jamar has one. Jamar Neighbors, I think he got 167.
Damn.
Yeah. Jamar's strong.
That's crazy.
You've seen him with his shirt off.
Yeah,
right?
he's
jacked.
Yeah, jacked.
But we've had some like big dudes come in there and do it. I don't know who's got like the record on that thing.
Record's got to be.
The UFC had a bunch of guys do it, and I forget who had the highest, but I think Alex Pereira was like 180. He was up in the like.
He's a big fuck. I didn't realize how big I didn't realize because TV is so deceptive.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw somebody I know standing next to him, and I was like, holy shit.
Wiz Oliveira, 97. Oh, that's crazy. He didn't even try.
They're also doing their left hand.
Michael Chandler, 113. What?
Right.
No, he's doing his right hand. Are you doing your opposite hand? Because Paul Craig, I think, is a lefty. 126. Bo Nickel, he's a lefty too. So they're doing their opposite hand?
They're doing opposite hand.
What's his? 153. Weidman's strong as fuck. Let me see what he's got. 153. Stipe's huge. What's he got? He's a left-hander too, yeah?
Fireman strength.
He's a big fucking dude, though. 131. Wow, that's crazy.
Other hand.
104.
Weird.
Oh,
wow.
Jesus Christ. Second attempt. 155. All right, so great.
Wow.
I'm stronger than all those bitches.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
But I'm trying to get to 190.
190's
So
crazy.
I think this is like 115 or something like that. I forgot what it is.
Some of those,
squeeze it, bitch, and just fucking hold it.
Those arm wrestling guys,
Oh yeah.
they have freaky forearms.
Oh
and
yeah.
grip strength.
I was watching this one guy who's a climber, who's a professional climber.
Oh,
and
when they do this.
yeah, he has this basement gym. I might have saved the video, but I think if you find it on YouTube, it's like I've never seen strength like this. This guy has calves growing off of his forearm bone. It's like a calf.
Yeah.
And he's doing one finger
I've
chin-ups
seen. I don't understand it.
with like a centimeter of hold. Like it's the tiniest little lip that his finger's resting on, and he's pulling his whole body up.
This guy, but I mean, he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, but look at that. That's crazy. It's not this guy. The other guy is like super jacked. His forearms are, at least. He's not like bodybuilder size, but the musculature is crazy.
I saw one of those guys who I guess is in the rock climbing, mountain climbing world. He's considered one of the best.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. So this guy does a bunch of freaky shit. What is this dude's name?
Magnus.
Yeah, look at that one arm thing. See that? The size of the grip?
Yeah.
Look how fat that grip is. Like doing a one-arm chin-up is crazy.
Look at his back, dude.
It's crazy. But doing a one-arm chin, look at the size of his fucking forearms.
Yeah.
Doing a one-arm chin is crazy, but a one-arm chin-up with a fat grip like that is off the charts nuts. Like his strength must be insane. But you look at him like right there, like his neck and everything, he doesn't look like that strong of a guy.
Right.
It's very deceptive because with climbers, you don't need traps. You can't have like excess stuff. So everything is very, like look at his forearms. Look at his grips. But look, the size of his fucking forearms when he's doing that is crazy. See if you can isolate when he was doing that with his forearms.
The one who did a workout with Larry Wheels. Did you ever see that?
No, that's a different guy. But yeah, I've seen that too.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I think that might be that guy.
Might be.
I think I've seen him on YouTube.
Is
for a
it?
while.
Yeah. And he's blown away
by this guy.
This guy. And it's like mountain climbing, if you think about it, just the amount of reps that you're picking your body weight up and holding, like gymnasts. Like, who's more jacked than the guys who do the rings?
No.
They're super jacked. Like, look at his forearms. Look at back up a little second and just freeze it. Freeze it right there.
Yeah.
Freeze it. Look at that left fucking forearm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's nuts,
There's a split in the muscle.
That's a calf.
Yeah, it's a calf.
That's a calf. That's like a strong calf.
And this is like a big endorsement for calisthenics, basically, right? I mean,
calisthenics are huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. It's a big part of my workout.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of calisthenics. I still do the 100 push-ups every day and the 100 body weight squats. But I do chin-ups, dips, and L pull-ups. So you're like with a close grip, with the legs extended.
Yeah.
I do all those.
Really?
They're huge. Yeah, it's you want to be able to, and the other thing I want to do, I do hang from a bar like this, where I swing my toes up and I touch the bar. So it's like really works
the
your
core
too. That's like being able to manipulate your own body weight is crucial.
Yeah, because those gymnasts are like, you're like, some of them, like, I've never touched weights. I'm just doing this shit all
Which is
day.
nuts.
And they have
But it's not time efficient.
Yeah.
Because they're doing that.
Hours.
Their muscles are like that because they're doing, 8-hour sessions. But you can get a lot done with your body with just dips and chin-ups. A lot.
Dips are incredible.
Yeah.
So good. I mean, that was like, I think when Arnold would talk about chest, he was like, that was like the cherry on top for the workouts was doing. He's like, we always would do dips. For this
And you can do weighted dips too.
Yeah.
Dips are so easy to do with weight, or throw a chain over your neck, or put a weight vest on, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's another thing I found. Like just a 25-pound weight vest, where it doesn't feel like anything when you're wearing it, but when you do stuff with it on, like chin-ups and pull-ups, like holy fuck, it makes a giant difference.
So different. And then when you take that thing off, you're like, oh man.
Right. So imagine being 25 pounds too heavy.
Yeah.
And then imagine being Jelly Roll. So Jelly Roll's walking around 200 pounds too heavy before, at least. So it's actually 300 pounds, right? Because he wants to lose another 100.
Yeah.
So imagine just carrying around everywhere you go. You got a squat rack, like a real bar stuffed with plates, and you're just carrying that through life.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
That's crazy. That's why those guys' fucking lower bodies are always crazy when they lose weight.
Ralphie May used to have the biggest calves in the world.
Yeah.
His legs were like carrying
tree trunks.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just carrying around that body all day.
That's nuts. If they trim down enough, the quads are still humongous.
Yeah, if Bert lost weight, he would get weaker. Yeah. But you do get weaker when you lose weight. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's always
part of it.
Mass moves mass. Yeah.
It's also like to lose weight, to lose body fat, your body has to think something's wrong. Like it's very difficult to maintain mass, like maintain muscle mass while you're losing fat. It's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
You got to be real careful with everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And you got to try not to lose too much weight too quick, because a lot of people with losing weight, like a lot of people become food addicts, and then the addicts act like addicts, and you start thinking, all right, I got to lose it all right now, and so you starve yourself.
It's not the way to go.
And you just work out 8 hours a day, and you're going to lose all your muscle too.
Everything.
You're going to lose everything, and you're probably going to get injured because your body's going to like, hey, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then
give
you that tendinitis. And how about a little back bulge? And how about a fucking sore knee?
Yeah.
How about plantar fasciitis? Slow the fuck down. Your body tries to figure out a way to slow you down.
Yeah. Slow and steady is the way, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks. You know, you want to get, if you've realized you fucked up, it would be nice if you could just get better quick. Like,
I know.
I got a month before summer and I'm 50 pounds overweight. Fuck.
I want to lose another
six-pack.
10, 15 right now.
What do you want to do to do it?
Just dial in. You know, it's really about consistency, I feel like, with me, right? Like, my window for when I go, oh, shit, is just so much smaller than it used to be. So right now I'm like, oh, I've slid a little bit. I've been on tour. I've been doing all this shit. I just have to.
Tour, it's hard, right?
It's hard.
You're like, I'm working, fuck it, cheeseburger. Let's eat.
Sometimes.
Let's eat pizza.
Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's also just that, like, I get into this rhythm of the way I'm eating and training at home, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you get out there and it's like, fuck, we got on 3 planes and you're just tired. You just don't do it.
Yep.
And then, you just order whatever to eat. So you just feel it like slowly come apart. But I feel like I'm also at a place where I know if I dial in my diet and make sure I stay on top of like the training, I can shed this 10 pretty.
Yeah, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You did it pretty well, You figured it out. And then you also have muscle memory now. I think it's hard when you're traveling because, you're just, anytime you're traveling, your energy level goes down.
Yeah.
It's like you got to figure out things to mitigate that energy level going down. And then counterintuitively, the best way to do that is to work out.
Yeah, I know.
Which doesn't seem like it makes any sense because you're tired. I don't want to work out.
A lot of times we do the land and lift.
Got to do that.
Like land and go.
Yep, land and go.
But it is crazy how I do a lot of 3-4 day weekends, for tour. Man, a lot of times on that 3rd, 4th day, you're in your 3rd or 4th city, and you're like, fuck, I am wrecked today. Just like another plane, another time zone.
Taking a lot of vitamins?
I think I take a pretty good amount of vitamins. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important too.
Yeah.
Take a lot of vitamins, and then it's just hard to be strict with your diet when you're on the road. But the big one is alcohol.
I'm lucky in that regard because I'm not a big boozer.
Yeah. I don't know how Bert does it.
I started eating these David bars.
Oh, those are great.
Those are great.
Yeah, I think Peter T is involved in that, right?
I don't know if maybe.
Yeah,
but
they're
those are
delicious.
They're great.
Boy, they make you fart.
I love farting. 28 grams of protein, 150 calories.
Yeah.
No sugar.
They're great. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good options now that you could bring with you on the road if you get hungry. Keep you from eating bullshit.
That's all I'm trying to, like, sometimes I go like, oh, it was great. Today was a great day. And then it's just dinner. So you're just like, just don't fucking ruin your day.
Have you ever had carnivore snacks? Do you know what that is?
No.
The carnivore snacks
like
ribeye is my go-to. I bring that on the UFC broadcast. Like I give them to Daniel Cormier and me. We eat them. It's like sliced ribeyes that are just dried, but it's got the fat on it.
It's good.
Yeah, you don't feel guilty at all. Like if you're hungry, need a snack, open them. It's just meat and salt. Perfect snack.
And the company's called Carnivore?
Yeah, Carnivore Snacks. Snacks with an X. But it's not like, it's not jerky. It's like, they describe it as like meat pastry.
Yeah.
It's good snack food.
I like it.
Yeah, just to keep from going off the rails.
That's all you're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do is just mitigate the damage of the day, right?
Bro, I have a whole folder on my phone saved up of food that I really can't eat.
Really?
Just where I look at restaurants like,
What do you miss the most when you are trying to eat healthy?
Italian food. Italian food.
Pasta,
Always.
right?
Yeah, pasta and crazy sandwiches.
Oh my God, we went to Carbone.
Oh, in New York? Yeah, they got one in Vegas now too.
I know.
I think they've actually had the Vegas one for a while.
It's
so good, dude.
So good.
So good. That rigatoni with vodka sauce.
When it has a little kick, they put a little spice in it.
It's good. It's so good. It's tough to beat Italian food.
It really
is. It's tough to beat it just for pure that pleasure of just overstuffing yourself.
When we were there for last summer, it was like every day.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I didn't like blow up. No. I thought I would. I mean, I'm sure I gained a few, but I thought I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking terrible. But it was, I think a big thing there versus here is portion sizes. Like there's no such thing as, they don't go, here's your pasta, here's a fucking bowl like this.
Right.
It's like, it's.
Well, I think in Italy, the real thing is the food's different.
Yeah.
I think our food is poison.
It's so bad, right? I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God, I saw this lady on your show. I saw a clip talking about all these health epidemics, like the full run of stats, where she was like 1 in 2 for cancer and this and that.
Was it Callie Means?
She was I think she was a doctor, right? Is she a doctor?
Yeah. Well, I don't think she finished her doctorate or her medical school training because I think she got to the position where she realized that most metabolic diseases are being caused by food.
But that's the thing is like, that's the big takeaway I think from that is like, you have this conversation with, I have it with people all the time who travel abroad and you're just like, everything in Japan was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The food. And then you look at their longevity, which is like record breaking. And, when you compare it to most of the world,
Definitely compared to ours.
definitely compared to ours.
Yeah,
And
we
you're
have the worst health stats in the Western world.
It's
our food.
But because it's all like,
Because corporations. Because
Yeah.
corporations profit off keeping you fat and sick. So the best way to make money from food is to get you addicted to food that they can sell you. So they sell you a tremendous amount of cheap, shitty food that has a bunch of preservatives and garbage in it.
yeah.
So it's, potato chips and all sorts of different snacks and all sorts of different things. And then you have your enriched, air quotes, flour that's got a bunch of shit poured into it, and it's a bunch of complex glutens in the grains. And then you have glyphosate, which other countries have banned, but we use everywhere. And 90+% of people have glyphosate in their blood when they test it, which is Roundup, that chemical pesticide and herb. We have herbicides that kill your fucking endocrine system. We're poisoning ourselves.
It's really sad. We're growing stuff at home now. We have a hydroponic garden.
Yeah, I talked to Christine about it. It's pretty dope.
And that's just delicious.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
The lettuce and the tomatoes and it gets all kinds of like veggies.
Tastes like real food.
Yeah. You do taste the difference.
100%.
Yeah, which
real
reminds me of when you're abroad, right?
Yeah.
Because like in Italy or in Japan, you have a tomato, you have a strawberry, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is what it's
Real.
supposed to taste like.
Yeah, we make stuff that it can sit on the shelf forever. That's why our tomatoes look like they're albino tomatoes. And they're hard.
Yeah.
Our tomatoes are hard.
Yeah.
Like, why is a tomato hard? Like, what
It's
is
not
that
supposed
about?
to
Why
be.
does it stay hard for like weeks? Just sits there.
And then we just keep ingesting that.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then you get all this inflammation in your body. And, we've sort of genetically modified a bunch of things so we could feed a bunch of people, so we can have large numbers of people. And there's a benefit to that.
How much of this, like, do you think is related to the fact that we have so many more people than some of these places?
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. But it's not just that. So I think there's a bunch of factors, and everybody wants to be real binary about it. Sedentary lifestyle is a big one. There's a large percentage of our population that doesn't move enough. They don't exercise. They don't do anything physical. So you got that, and then you got years and years and years and years of doing that, which eventually catches you.
Yeah.
And so that's the people that start showing up at the hospital. It's metabolic health, right? So, and then you have lack of understanding of nutrition, which is they think, you some fuckhead doctor that tells you just have to eat a balanced diet. You don't need vitamins.
Yeah.
Well, that doctor is fat and stupid and probably has a bunch of diseases and he's on pills himself. Like, shut up. Probably never even went through any nutrition training. In medical school, they get about 6 hours of nutrition training, I think.
It's crazy that, especially because we have kids in school, you realize that school still, they don't emphasize nutrition or finance. I feel like that's another crazy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is to keep people from understanding how finance works at all.
It is crazy, right? Like, you're teaching kids about how to prepare yourself for the world, and you don't teach them about debt and about interest.
The first thing that happens when you're a freshman in college is you walk through the student union and they go, "You want a credit card?" And you're fucking 18.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. They're like, yeah, it's got 29.9% APR. It's awesome.
They're preying upon you.
Yeah.
They're literally preying upon you.
And the school lets it.
Yeah.
The school is like, yeah, go ahead. Sign up.
They don't give a fuck about you.
That's
you're
fucking crazy.
Grist for the mill.
Yeah. You're just literally, you're paying you end up paying $300 for a Coke you bought. You know what I mean? Because you just like scammed. It's like, this is insane.
Yeah,
and
insane.
we don't teach anybody. It's really crazy.
Well, also you get it in their head that they're fucked because the debt that they're getting involved in with student loans is the only debt we have that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
The only debt.
Yeah, you can't forgive that.
There are people right now who have Social Security getting docked. Their Social Security is getting docked for their
student loan.
So they made it to death, and they owe money to the government for loans that did them no good at all because they're living off Social Security. So the government gets to steal more money from your Social Security. Nah, we don't have to pay you.
So nuts.
And meanwhile, like today, the reality is you can get that education online.
Yeah.
Almost all of the books on any sort of subject are available.
Mine is useless. My degree's useless.
What's yours in?
Communications.
Well, you're a communicator.
Well, yeah,
worked out.
the degree.
You probably they use you to sell more tickets.
They probably do, but
this guy.
But
look, he went to our university. You should come.
I
learn
mean,
like Tom.
You know, I didn't I didn't learn anything.
But how much did you have to pay to go to school?
Oh man,
how much were you in debt for?
How much was the tuition? I think tuition when I was there was something like $6,000 or $7,000 a semester, so like 12, 13 a year. Which whatever. Now, fucking tuitions now are like $50,000, $80,000 a year. It's great. So imagine you take on that loan. You start your workforce. You have $300,000 in loans.
And God forbid you go to graduate school.
Oh my God!
It compounds, and then you're never getting out of the hole. I mean, I think this is why some doctors and lawyers become sociopaths, because you are dealing with so much debt, and you realize no one gives a fuck about you, so you don't give a fuck about anybody else either.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great for society.
Yeah.
It's also like there's two things that can be true, right? I do think that you kind of kids have to like get to work and get something going and get a path in your life. And when you're going to college, it's like you're out of high school. Okay, now you're on your own. You're in college. You got to keep up your GPA. You got to get your degree. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
So there is value in that.
Yeah.
But then also, it's too much money, and
It's
you're
way too
probably
much
not going
money.
to do anything with that degree. And if you don't have the degree, people think you're a loser. And it's very strange. It's very strange what's going on, because you're allowing these corporations to prey upon children.
Yeah.
Because like you're an 18-year-old child.
You don't understand anything.
You don't understand anything, and then all of a sudden you're in college and you're saddled down with unstoppable debt, and you have this fucking circus of people around you that are also trapped.
And you didn't understand what that meant, what you were signing up for.
No way.
It's the same reason, like, you have a conversation with somebody who's that age, and you're like, oh, you realize that our brains are different, right? Like, you talk to like
Yeah, they're not developed
they're
yet.
not fully developed yet. They don't understand
Especially
everything.
boys.
Way more clearly.
Yeah, boys don't get developed until they're like 25. Girls are they can figure out the game earlier. They're not as saddled down by testosterone.
Yeah,
Their frontal lobe develops earlier.
Yeah, ours does really take till about 25.
Yeah, dudes are retarded.
Yeah.
But that's also how you trick them into going to war.
Yeah.
You know? It's part of it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need you, the Gulf of Tonkin, terrible thing those Vietnamese did.
Yeah.
We're going to need to send you overseas. Try that shit on a 40-year-old guy. You're like, what?
No fucking
What
way.
happened? Let me Google. Hey, I Googled Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah.
Turns out
Yeah.
you guys fucking faked it.
But-
What else are you faking to get us to go to war? Oh, my God, you guys fake things to start wars so you can make money? That's crazy. How are you not in jail?
No.
How's no one in jail for faking things to start wars?
Zero accountability.
It's wild. So then you're like, well, fuck it. They got me with the student loan. They got me with this. They got me with that. And you just get accustomed to life fucking you.
Yeah.
You just like, oh, the society just fucks you over. They just take from you, and saddle you with debt.
Tell you this theory, what you're talking about applies to, I think, extends to our appearances. And what I mean is, today a lot of times people talk about how people wear like fucking flip-flops and pajamas.
You talking about Bird again?
Yeah, well,
He's not here.
No.
To defend himself. I think this is rude.
but like you get on a plane and you see people
Yeah.
in pajamas, right?
Right.
And they, 50 years ago, they'd be like
Suits.
in a suit. And I think part of the reason why their appearance is this, I think some of it is tied to a lack of hope, meaning that so many years ago, you would embark on your path in life thinking that there's hope. I can have the American dream. I can own the house. I can get the things I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people today are like, there is no hope. So fuck it. I'll go out in my fucking sleepwear because I don't have
that.
I think there's a connection to that.
Well, there's a lot to that too. That if the government if they want control and power, which is ultimately what every government wants, it's not a conspiracy theory. Like every government wants control and power. What's the best way to acquire control and power? Have the people give up.
Have them give up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fucking. I give up. Fuck it. I'm wearing flip flops. Fuck it. I don't care.
Because that means I'll do what you say. I'll do what you say when you
That's
give
what's
up.
really scary to me about AI automation, and then ultimately universal basic income, you're going to get a lot of giving up. And then the government's going to clamp down on you even more.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be haves and have-nots at a scale that we've never seen before. When you have companies that are in charge of these automated taxi services, and that's the only way people get around, and the government gives you a certain amount of credits, so you don't have to ever worried about traveling. You have credits as long as you're a good boy, Tom.
Yeah.
As long as you follow the rules, as long as you don't say anything crazy about Israel, as long as you don't do anything nutty, about vaccines, as long as you don't step out of line when it comes to the election,
then your
don't
credits...
say anything crazy about this or about that, or take your vaccines. And if that's a real possibility, that they're just going to extract money out of us, or attempt to control. This is the grand battle of control.
Mm-hmm.
The more they have power over narratives, it's also like there's things that are going on right now. Like we were just talking about, I was with some friends this weekend. We're talking about these bot farms. Like there's evidence of bot farms that people have used to go and attack people with certain things. Like a bunch of different countries use bot farms. I'm sure a bunch of different corporations use bot farms too. But no one's getting in trouble for it. Like if you can pretend that you're mass groups of people that are getting upset about something, you could just pretend. And you could pretend.
Yeah.
You can hire people to go protest and fly them in on jets. Like that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy in Maine, and he made this video where he was hired to drive these people to the airport. And he's trying to figure out, where are all these people going? I'm driving this busload, 2 busloads full of people at the airport. And they were saying, well, we're going to a protest. And what protest? And then he goes and Googles, where they're flying to. It's oh, this is a paid protest. They're paying people to show up and pretend that it's a protest. So it's there's puppet masters that are manipulating world event, and that's legal.
Yeah.
You're allowed to pay people to go protest.
Yeah.
Which seems like that should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to pretend that you have an organic uprising against some.
Well, it's giving people this illusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the entire Kamala Harris campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it was. It was the whole thing was AstroTurf.
Did you see that? It was before he left, the former FBI director talking about how China just doesn't play ball with any international rules.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he's how they don't respect IP at all. So he's they'll just come in and they'll get a spy to give them, let's say, the IP of some whatever industry, wind energy. They'll just take it and be we have it now.
Yep.
Start this company, and then this company goes bankrupt because they just
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
They don't
made
give a shit.
Whole Apple stores.
Yeah.
That are fake Apple stores.
So insane.
Everything's fake. Fake laptops, fake phones.
I saw a guy too, because the evolution. Because
what happens if you try to get online with one of those?
I'd have no idea.
Can you get an Apple ID? Does it work?
It can't. I'm imagining that it can't. But I always think about the fact with AI, how we're in version 1.
Right.
And we're all blown away by it already, right?
Right.
And there was a watch guy online who was I have 2 Daytonas.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And he was dude, he goes, this is the best one I've ever seen.
Fakes, yeah.
The fake, he had to take it apart and to look at parts that were inside.
Yeah.
Like a spin wheel. He goes, oh, this is missing the logo.
So which begs the question, what is it? What are you buying? Do you want it from this company only, or do you want a Rolex Daytona? What do you want?
Well, I mean, I think if in the case of that, that the movements, the actual inner workings of the real one are far superior.
Are they though?
I think so. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I assume that. What if the other one has a 72-hour battery or a power supply too? What if you 3D print every single aspect of the watch?
I bet
that's the same thing.
Pretty close, I guess.
Right? But it can be the same thing. Not talking like my watch. This is a panorama.
Yeah.
This could be fake. I mean, I bought it from my friend, so I'm sure it's real.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a fake Ferrari.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Right.
you got a fake Ferrari, like, oh my God, these tires have no traction. This suspension sucks.
I hate the idea of fake watch though.
Right, but why? Because
Well,
you used to be poor.
maybe it's because I used to be poor.
Yeah.
I also just don't respect the copying of it. Like,
Right, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wouldn't buy one because you're contributing to some, but it's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny.
You can get one for $40. That's like
insane.
a $7,000 watch.
It's really crazy. It's insane, and it's
And it's
insane
perfect,
that
it's
it's tricking. It's tricking these watch experts, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really understand the.
Yeah, look at these. So one of those is fake?
Yeah, the
one
right.
on the right is fake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Looks perfect. I'll take it.
What
How much?
He's pointing out. Like,
Look at you see the difference. Like, imagine.
who knows this on the spot?
Well,
you wouldn't know
also-
this on the spot, right?
Yeah, also my vision sucks.
Mine does too.
So I'd have to like take it out and
Yeah.
do this. Like, I don't know. Like this one, I can't even. I guess I can read the time or
Look at
read
these.
the date rather.
But I mean,
but
they're-
the tiny ass
Yeah.
windows. That's a struggle. Like if it's dark in the room,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not reading that.
My vision absolutely sucks.
That's incredible though.
The replicas are crazy.
They're so good.
They're so.
But again, like try making a replica 911 Turbo S. Good luck, fuckface.
Good luck, yeah, I know.
Good luck, fuckface. But you can make one of those.
But wait, because this, I understand at least what you're doing in the watch thing, right? Then the
Right.
person buys the far less expensive one, and they get the feeling, I guess, that people go, oh,
Right.
you have the real one.
Right.
But if you're getting an Apple product, a fake Apple
Well,
product,
you don't know you're getting a fake Apple
So
product.
they're
if
going-
you're in
the whole
China.
thing's a scam?
The whole store's fake. You
and
have
everyone
no
there's in
idea.
on it.
It's an Apple store.
Do you think people that are
Like it
hired
has
think they're
the
in?
fucking logo.
Do you
That's
think-
an Apple fake factory rated in China.
This is 10 years ago, though. It goes on to say that it tricked the employees. They thought they were working at a real
So
Apple
they-
store.
They
That's
thought
the
they were
craziest
working
part.
it. Yeah, it's like it's layers of
You're-
severance. It just goes
Holy
deeper and deeper
shit.
and deeper. Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Do you ever follow the YouTube channel Stance Elements? It's it's a guy that just works on cars, dope shit. And one of the things he's doing, he's building his own Ferrari F40.
That's cool.
So instead of buying one for like $3 million,
Yeah.
which is okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss off these Ferrari people.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it. Okay, it's not worth $3 million. It's not
Yeah.
that good. It's not. If it was new today, you'd be like, this should be taken off the market.
Right.
Like this thing has zero fucking traction control, but because it's a classic, it's worth like a ton of money. So what he's doing is making it better.
Works.
Stance works. Did I say Stance Elements?
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
That's the
B-boys.
the B-boys. That's the break dancers. Which, by the way, Stance Elements. How did I fuck that up?
Yeah, that's the same
Stance Elements, by the way, is also amazing. We could talk about that. But this guy, Stance Works. This is his own. That's not a Ferrari.
He's
he
building it
bought
from
all the
scratch.
parts online. So he bought all the body panels online, and then he made his own frame, and then he bought a Ferrari engine from like a different model of Ferrari, and he's putting that in it.
Holy
But this is
shit.
like a multi-month journey that this dude has been on, that I've been watching all the videos. Whenever he has a new video, I watch it. He does a lot of dope shit, but this is a guy that like really loves cars, and he's super smart. And when he's talking about cars, it's fascinating because like he's also a fan of the original M5, which I've thought about getting one of those.
Yeah.
Not very fast, but apparently like super engaging
Yeah.
driving experience. The original M5, which I think was like, I want to say it was like 280 horsepower,
In what year?
80 something.
80 something.
Yeah, which by the way, back I think it's 88 maybe. Back then, that was a lot.
I have an 89 M3 that I bought.
Ooh.
E30 M3.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a S54 engine going into it.
Oh, Jesus.
So that should be,
How much is horsepower in that?
I don't know. But it's more than it came with.
I have an E46 M3.
Those are fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so balanced.
Yeah.
It's like such an engaging driving experience.
That's what I'm into. I'm
Mm-hmm.
into that. I'm not into chasing the lower 0 to 60 time.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
Like if you ever use that on a public road, you're an asshole. But
Pretty much.
engaging cars, you could drive the speed limit and enjoy the shit out of them.
True.
They're just fun, just going around a corner and
Yeah.
just accelerating to 60. They're fun.
That's fun.
You feel more like an old air-cooled Porsche. Like
Yeah.
you feel it. You feel it in your...
Did you get that one that you had one being built?
Yeah, it's not done yet. It's
Not
real
done yet.
close. Real close.
It's
yeah.
exciting.
That's the RSR project.
Yeah. That's rad.
Ooh, very excited about
Yeah.
that. It's like 350 horsepower, 2,000 pounds.
Meanwhile, I have some crazy fucking car coming to me too.
What do you got?
This Assetto Fiorino 296 GTB Ferrari. It's
Oh,
like 700,
Jesus
800 horsepower. or something.
Christ.
Yeah.
I watched, I've seen your Blazer, but I watched a video on it.
Yeah.
Of those guys, the Velocity Motorsports
Awesome,
guys.
yeah.
Oh, my God, dude.
They're doing cool shit. Velocity did.
They really went out with that one.
That one's great. They do Scouts and Broncos, but they also just started doing Mustangs.
Oh,
And
nice.
I took one of the Mustangs out.
Oh,
Very fun.
Nice.
I think 67 Mustangs. So you get that.
Is that the one with the flared
style.
fender? Did you send me that? Did you
No.
send it to me? The green one?
No, that's a different one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was just every time I see something cool, I'm like, check this shit out. I sent you the other one. What did I send you? I sent you that that Giulia, that Italian one that the guy came to my place.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun as shit. I
The
drove
Alfa
that.
Romeo.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that online getting reviewed. It's a resto mod
Yes.
Alfa Romeo.
Blanking
I
on
don't
it.
trust my people.
No.
No. I have one of my people's vehicles, but generally I don't trust my people.
Oh my god, I'm
I just
blanking
think
on it.
they're eating pasta and staring at ass, and they're not going to do a good job. I want it. My car's made by either Germans who do meth or
Totem. That's what it was.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude. I told one of these. This guy came.
Ooh, baby, look at that.
It's fucking rad.
Did you like
Totem
it?
Automobili.
You
I did
get
like
one?
it a lot. I didn't
get one?
order one. I didn't order
You
it.
didn't? How
no.
come? What happened?
Well, he's making a prototype for a whole new model.
Oh,
So I was like,
why?
oh, I don't know.
Why? Well, that's so sick.
He's
That looks like a James Bond car. Look
It
at that
does.
thing. God damn. Da da da.
And it's 100% custom. You know.
Ooh,
So
I
you
bet
pick-
that thing flies.
Dude, I was driving down Fairfax in L.A. in the rain, and he turned off the traction control.
No.
Yeah.
Turned
and
off?
He turned it off.
Why'd you turn it off?
He was like, let it run, explode, emotion.
Oh, no.
And guess what? The emotion almost ended up wrapped around a fucking light pole.
Did you spin?
Dude, I was like, I corrected it, but I was like,
Wow.
panic, and I was like, fucking driving
That's
this
the
guy's.
fear of losing it in a Porsche. That rear engine whip. You know, that understeer that happens?
Yeah.
Or oversteer? What is it called? Supply throttle, something throttle, oversteer?
When you
lift,
when you
throttle,
lift,
throttle,
yeah.
oversteer? Yeah.
Yeah, and then the back end goes on you.
Oh, yeah. That's a weird design. Like
Well, it's-
having the engine out back like
This
that.
thing also happens in everybody's mind who is not. It's literally something you have to be trained, which is that when you're in a car and you're at a certain rate of speed and you're approaching a turn or something, you feel anything going on you, you take your foot off the throttle, and what you don't realize is that it's gonna make things worse.
Yep.
Because the momentum and the weight are going to be carried through, and actually the only thing that'll keep you from usually losing it is to stay on throttle, not necessarily give it a ton,
Right.
but you need that momentum to carry you through it.
Right.
And so it's just something that there's countless videos of somebody
Oh, yeah.
in their new fucking car just going, and they just go into a tree.
I just watched one on a new GT3 RS.
I've seen that one.
Oh, it's so
Brutal.
horrible.
He's like 18.
Horrible.
And he did exactly that.
Yep.
He hits the turn, off
Yep.
throttle, tries to correct. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Fucking
Wreck.
painful to
Yeah.
watch. Painful.
But that is a bad element of that design.
The rear weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and also it's like, is that really the best way to do it? Because everybody always said that the Cayman is the better car if they just gave it the same sort of love that they give the Porsche.
I fucking love
the
that
911.
car.
Your Cayman?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like my heart is with that car. If you go
Right.
like, what's the one you're in love with the most? It's still that car.
But isn't it interesting that like that car is not as prestigious?
It's not as prestigious. Yeah.
Like, why is that? That seems stupid.
It's a whole thing too. And if you have you'll see people like, you got the Cayman. You should have gotten the 911. I'm like, you should drive this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like
but
this
people that say that are all retarded.
They kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that says that is an idiot.
I
Like, you
mean-
don't know anything about cars.
Mid-engine.
Because you have a Dynan, right? Is that no? It's not Dynan. What's the
That's-
company? Dynan did my BMW.
Yeah.
What's your company?
For that one,
Damon.
Yeah, Rick
Damon.
Damon did the upgrade on that.
Yeah, so what that is what it should be from Porsche.
Yeah.
They should take that big, juicy GT3 RS engine, or even crazier, take that GT2 RS.
Throw it in that bitch.
Throw it in that bitch.
It just upsets 911 owners. That's it. It just fucks up their...
a bunch of little fairies.
Yeah,
If that upsets you,
yeah,
then you need to go find something else. You need to go do mushrooms on the mountaintop somewhere.
By the way, did you like that? Did you feel it at all?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Did you ever drive the GT4 RS they came out with like a year or two ago?
No, I didn't.
I heard it. I didn't drive it either.
I'm sure it's dope, but it's also an automatic.
It's all
only.
automatic. Yeah,
like,
it's
come on,
PDK.
you pussies.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Why are you buying a street car? Are you a crazy track guy?
Because that's a track car.
Okay, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, take
but
it.
but for the average person that like you like make an enthusiast car that's a goddamn 3-pedal.
Yeah.
Make a manual.
Well, thank God they still do.
Yeah.
They make some. I mean, a lot of places just don't. I still
them
think,
and BMW. Ford still makes them. They still do it with their Mustangs.
I can't believe that Ferrari doesn't realize
Crazy.
that if they did just a limited run,
Oh my God, it would sell like crazy.
it would sell so crazy.
Yeah, they gave up. They gave up. Lamborghini gave up.
I wish they
Everybody gave
would.
up. Thank
That
God
would be-
Porsche didn't.
No, I know.
But they did with some cars. Like a lot of their cars, you can't get the GTS now in a 5-speed.
You can't.
Or excuse me, a 6-speed or a 7-speed, whatever the fuck they have now. You can't get. I don't think you can get the S. You can't get the turbo.
No, you can't get the turbo, yeah.
You have to get the T or the regular.
GT3.
Maybe you can get the regular 911.
I think you can get a regular 911 Carrera.
GT3 you can get still, but you can't get the GT3 RS. Like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, shut up. Just shut up.
I think the audience should inform them, right? They should know that like their fan base
I know.
wants all that shit in manual.
It's like what pisses me off about Corvette too. Like, you guys have the most dope shape now. The C8 Corvette is so sick, and then you're putting out these insane ones like the Z06 and the ZR1, but it's still
I know. People want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be like that. All that has to be like cost analysis, right?
It's a little bit of that, and what is
know
that, Rogues?
Yeah.
I kind of quit those, but I'll have one.
I fucking love these.
I thought I was going to have a hard time. I quit them over the weekend.
Really?
I did nothing. I was like, this is easy. I think I'm lucky. I don't think I get physically addicted to stuff that way, except coffee.
Yeah.
I've done that one where I took the whole day off coffee, and I was like, why am I fucking yawning?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Coffee gets me too. Headaches.
But I like coffee so much, and coffee's everywhere. I'm like, I don't think I need to quit that one.
No.
I didn't get headaches last time I tried to quit coffee. I quit for a couple of days, and I was like, this is just rough. But the nicotine pouches was nothing.
That's great.
Yeah, it was super easy.
I feel like I have some of that where I'm not that physically addicted to.
But dude, I have friends that have like anything gets them. Like I had a guy who came over here to do a podcast, and he saw that someone had sent us some kratom stuff that I wound up throwing out. I was like, I don't want like this shit anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't take that. I can't get off of it. Get that kratom away from me.
I know someone
I got a real problem with it. I'm like, really?
I know someone 18 years on it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
18 years on a shitty opium?
Well, because they were using it to get off of opiates,
Oh God.
and they can't go without it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the high is so like whatever.
Yeah, it's not. I tried it, and then people were telling me, "Be careful, be careful." And I was
Duncan loved it. We had some at the club.
Yeah.
And Duncan's like, "Hey man, you got any more of that? Got any more of that liquid heroin, man?" I was like, "Keep it away from Duncan."
Yeah, he's so funny, dude.
He's the best. He's
so
the
funny.
best. But we like had a whole box of it there that Ron White had left there, and it was gone by Tuesday. I got in there on Tuesday. I was like,
everyone went
where
through
did it all go? No, it was all Duncan.
It was all.
We drank all of them. I was drinking 2 and 3 a day, man. I go, you're not even supposed to drink one a day. It's like a half a dose.
Yeah.
Like, which is really weird. Like, why did they make one of them
Be
that
2
is
doses?
2 doses.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
It's a tiny little shot.
That's a good way to get you onto it.
yeah, it's like when you buy a bag of chips and it says like how
Oh,
many
a
calories
serving?
in it per serving.
6 chips.
Like, Why is this little baggie is not even a single serving? You know I'm going to eat more than that one bag.
Of course they know.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Yes. Garbage tactic to get people
It's
into
horrible.
it. It's so predatory.
It's just lies. You're lying about the amount of calories.
That's so funny, dude.
But I think I'm very lucky because I know people that get addicted to weed.
Yeah.
And I have gone a long time without weed and never had any problem.
Yeah, people get physically addicted. Like I didn't really realize that was a thing, but
I think it's just different genetics.
It totally is.
You know, like look at Bert. A normal person who drinks as much as him would be dead.
Yeah.
You'd have like real liver problems,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have any problems.
He's in the gym in the morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. So it's like you just got to deal with the cards you dealt. Like, why don't I have 4 aces? Well, you don't.
You don't.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You going to just sit here and fucking complain about everything or what?
You got to figure it out. Yeah.
Figure it out, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah.
And you need, everybody needs love. Everybody needs support. But everybody also needs figure it out, bitch.
Yeah. There's
Figure
not
it out,
enough of
bitches.
that.
Exactly.
There's really not enough of that.
There's not.
Because you really, it's like, you don't gain anything by doing the like, how come I don't get this? It's like, how come I'm not 6'6"? I don't know. I'm not.
Just
right? You're just
deal
not.
with it.
Yeah, you got to just deal with it.
I think that's a real problem where people, if you think about like you remember that documentary, The Secret, that stupid documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Like all you have to do is like think about things and you can make them happen.
Yeah.
Not really. That's bullshit. But it's a part of it. It's a part of making things happen. Like you can't just say, I'm going to fucking breathe underwater. Yeah. I'm just going to think about it until I can do it. No, you can't do that.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, there's physical limitations to the human frame. There's physical limitations for your particular human frame.
Yeah.
You can't get taller. You can't. You can lose weight, but you can't really do much other than that.
Yeah.
You can kind of get in good shape for what you got, but what you got is what you got.
What you got, yeah.
But there's a bunch of people that just think about their problems all the time.
It's an obsession, and what it does is it carries you through time without having to deal with the problem. Because you just talk about the problem.
Right.
That's a big one. I know so many people who do that.
Your focus is your problems rather than your solutions. Do you know how many people who live in Guatemala in a fucking dirt-floored shack would love your problems?
Yeah, exactly.
Like your problems are not that big a problem if you're living in America.
Well,
and you have your health.
You need that perspective change from people.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a big thing of like, if your problems become your identity, it's a fucking. Because I know people like that, right? That you're like.
Have you ever seen that video? The final boss of woke. It's like this one trans man who's like, I'm a disabled trans man. I'm also on food stamps. I also have like
it's a real person.
It's Donald Trump is trying to erase me, and it's like this is the identity. Like there's this is existential battle, but this final boss has everything wrong with him.
Yeah,
you're not a him. You're a girl pretending to be a man. So it's like you've got everything
every
wrong,
issue,
and it just keeps going on and on. Have you seen this, Jamie? Do you know what it is?
Sounds like somebody should try to get on stage.
No, big fat stupid face. It's not gonna work. the whole thing is just like it's so crazy that people will just like. There's a value and a currency to being a victim.
Yes.
And so they'll add stuff. That's
Social media has also helped that a lot.
Because there's plenty of people that don't want to deal with their shit that'll go, yes, girl, you go, yeah.
Incredible.
Society's doing this to you.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that lady that got fired from Equinox in Manhattan? She was late 47 times in 10 months, and she sued because of race. She said she got fired for racism, and she won.
She won?
It's a jury, and she won $11 million.
No.
Yes, she did.
No. And she was late 47 times?
Not only that, like, you were working at Equinox. Like, you could work for all of time, and you'll never make $11 million. Like, you're not going to make $11 million working at Equinox. No. But yet you won, and she only worked there for 10 months. She was late 47 times in 10 months.
And that's why they were firing her? Like, they're like, you're just perpetually
bitch, you are
late.
always late.
Yeah.
And then she's like, that's so racist.
That's crazy.
She won. And she took him to court and won.
They're definitely going to appeal that shit.
Of course they're going to
Yeah.
appeal. But the thing is, when you have a jury, you have a jury of people so fucking stupid, they don't get out of jury duty.
Yeah, exactly.
And they might be like, yeah, fuck Equinox,
Yeah,
man.
Give it to her.
Fucking fuck the man.
Because that guy's just too lazy to go to the gym.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck
Of
Equinox.
course. Not just that. It's a corporation. You don't think of it as an individual. That's as a company that's going to fuck you over. That's why people don't feel bad stealing from work.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel like you're stealing. Like, if someone was working in your house and they were stealing from you, like they stole your forks, like, where's my fucking fork?
Yeah,
like, this is bullshit.
I like
and
it.
then you find out a guy who worked for you stole your fork, you're like, you're fucking fired. But if an office, if like someone like takes a fork home, like if you have a kitchen in your office, we use a bunch of forks for the staff.
Yeah.
And someone takes that fork, it's no big deal.
It's the office's fork.
We just need to order more forks, man. These fucking forks keep disappearing. And you go over Tom's house one day, and like Tom's got 4 of the office forks. Like, did you steal the office forks? I forgot. I just keep forgetting to bring them back.
Because they don't belong to somebody.
Right, exactly. It's not a human.
Yeah.
It's a corporation, which is also why corporations can act like fucking psychopaths.
Yeah.
Because they're also not a human, so they can just do whatever the fuck they have to do, which is why our food supply is so bad. Because they're just trying to maximize profit. They literally have a duty to maximize profit.
My mom definitely thinks of corporations as they can deal with it.
Of course.
And I remember my dad used to tell this story that when they first got married, they were at a Holiday Inn, and they were leaving, and then he was like, what is that in the suitcase? And it was their towels, and she was like, the towels. And he's like, you can't take that. She was like, why? Because it belongs to the Holiday Inn. It's theirs. And she was like, they have them, like 100 of them. And he's like, yeah, it's not ours, though. We can't. And she was like, it's fine. And like everywhere I've gone with her, she's like, you know, she'd be like, "Can I take this?" And like, no,
that's so
like,
funny.
We've been places where I've been like, "Hey, sorry, my mom wondering if we could take this glass."
She makes you ask.
Yeah. And then
I saw a video you were showing your mom these clips.
Oh yeah,
the clips from your new Netflix show.
Fucking amazing! It was amazing. I knew it was going to be a killer. I was like, she's going to hate it. And they were like, okay. So we set up a private screening for her.
It's also like, why am I watching this? I don't know if you know, but you're my mom.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
She's like, dude, she hated the show so much. She's
like, sure.
She came over yesterday for Mother's Day. And I was like, she goes, so, because on the rest of that thing, she made me promise that we're going to cut the first story.
Yeah.
She's like, you're definitely not going to use that, right? So eventually I was like, yeah, we're cutting it. And so yesterday she's like, did you cut it? I go, of course not. It's Netflix's. And she was like, so you lied to me. And I'm like, Mom, I can't be like, hey, don't air the first one. And she's like, well, that means you lied to me, so I'm never coming to a show again, and I'm never going to do anything like related to any of your stuff. And I go, promise? I would love if you never came to a show again. Do you know how much of a fucking burden it is to have to babysit when you're there?
I was talking to Shane Gillis about a bit he does where people getting upset, people he knows getting upset about a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'll stop doing that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
She found out, by the way, I was on Chrissy D and Giannis's podcast the day the Pope died, or the day after. I was in New York, and we're podcasting, and I was like, oh, because my mom's like hardcore Catholic. And I was like, let's call her and just check on her. And I go, we'll just try to see if maybe the Jews did it. So I call her, I'm like, did you hear about the Pope? And she's like, I am devastated, Tommy. I go, I don't know what happened, if he was sick, if it was the Jews. And she's like, what? And like, we had to cover our mouths. We had to cover our mouths and mute the phone. She's like, she goes, this is the craziest call I've ever received. The Pope died, do you think the Jews did it? I'm like, I had to hang up the phone. And then like a week later, she goes, I was on YouTube and I find that you called me on a show to talk about this. She found herself she found on the YouTube. Clip, yeah. She found the endless well of us fucking with her on YouTube.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Speaking of the Jews, have you seen fucking Kanye's new song?
Bro.
bro.
What is
what?
Here's the thing.
What? First of all,
Yeah.
kind of catchy.
Well, that's the problem with it. That's the problem. It's like the guy from production, like he's never lost a step. He can make a beat. He can he's so talented.
He's a genius.
He's a talented producer, man. I do think it's like when first of all, I think people are kind of done asking him questions because most of the shit he puts out is like self-released kind of commentary or thoughts. Because he's saying just fucking crazy,
This is the craziest thing
But
I've ever seen.
But there is a thing where that song is like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing for real?
It's the ultimate pushing back.
Yeah, I guess. But there is like I think I have a pretty, let things go kind of vibe to me. Right?
Obviously.
Yeah,
your fucking
right?
show.
Yeah,
your show's ridiculous.
It's a ridiculous show. And I've always been like, yeah, say whatever you're going to say. But I do think like making a catchy song about that, I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like you're just getting, at a minimum, you're just going to get more people that think it's cool to say Heil Hitler. Like that's at the minimum.
Well, I think that's part of the program. I think it's part of what he's trying to do.
But I mean, is that cool to do? I guess if you're like, well, it's fun to troll the masses and get them to do that. Okay. But what I'm saying is that like at a minimum, you're going to get less educated people to go like, this is a fun thing to say. And you're like, I mean, is that good? You really want people just walking around being like, it's tight, man? Heil Hitler. Like, that's fucking insane. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But it's also kind of a sign of the times.
I guess. Yeah.
This is a chaotic world we're living in.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this kind of highlights the benefits. I mean, I want to say this like carefully because I don't want to think I want to say real clearly. I don't support people saying that. I don't think it's a good thing to say.
No.
I don't say it. I certainly don't think any racism is good. I don't think anti-Semitism is good. I don't think anti-Christianity is good. I don't think Asian hate is good. I don't think anything is good. But there's a benefit to just letting people talk. Like, let people say whatever the fuck they want to say, even if it sucks. This is the benefit of Twitter. But this is also the bad part. It's like the fucking song has so many millions of hits on Twitter. It's been banned from every platform.
Yeah.
But is it good to ban things from platforms, or is it better to let it be out there and let people talk about it? Because if you ban it, then people want to hear it more.
That's true.
And then it becomes more popular, and then it kind of supports what he says, which is that there's this concerted effort, if you talk about Jewish people, that they're going to remove you from everything, remove you from banking, which is what he's saying. They run everything. Mm-hmm. So if they didn't, like if it was just you were talking shit about Puerto Ricans, look what happened to Tony. Nothing.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if there's certain people that you're allowed to pick on and make jokes about or mock or say something, and you can get away with it.
Yeah. Well, I think he's made his point. I think we all get it now.
It's never going to end.
Yeah.
But how does it end? This is the question. When I was watching that song, first of all, I was by myself. When I first saw the song, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Yeah. No.
It's like, no way. And I'm watching it on my phone. I'm like, yo. And then my first thought was, how does this end? Mm-hmm. Because this ends. This is going to end. There's going to come a time where they're going to realize, like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
So how does it end? Does it end in assassination? Does it end in
There's definitely people that want to kill him.
Financial ruin?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what his financial situation is. I know that, like, there's been all these, over the last 5 years, there's been times where, like, his, net worth has been reported at, like, such a crazy amount. And then I remember, like, funds were frozen. And he was like, I don't have anything. And then it was like all back. I don't know what his financial situation is.
Well, they can't steal your money, but they can debank you.
Yeah, where no one will bank with you.
Right.
Basically.
So it's like, how does that work? Like, where do you get your ATM card? Is it from the Bank of fucking Portugal? Like, what do you have to do? Like, how does that work?
You know what I thought about when I was watching that video? I was like, how do you get, I don't know, however many actors.
That's easy. That's the easy part.
I think it's crazy. I think a lot of people would be like, what?
Oh, that's the easy part. You put out a casting call in LA, everyone's soulless. They have no fucking soul.
Nuts.
They just want to get famous. You're going to do a project with Kanye? Okay,
yeah.
let's go. Let's do it.
Say?
Also, I'm just acting. Just like that guy in Inglourious Basterds wasn't really a Nazi.
Right.
I'm not really a Nazi. Listen, man, I got to do what I got to do. I got kids to feed.
Yeah. It's nuts. It's pretty nuts. He's super talented, man. One of my thoughts after hearing that song was like, man, I wish he would release this song with like a different, you know what I mean, with a different hook. Like,
yeah,
personally,
it's not going to happen.
No, I know he's not going to, but that's what one of my thoughts was. I was like, man, I wish he would.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy because his last album before that was a banger. It's like he came out of the gate showing people that like he still got it. Like, yeah, you might have pulled me off all these platforms. You might have debanked me. You might have taken away my Yeezy deal with Adidas, but damn, I still got it.
And that one was released everywhere, right?
That's
on all platforms.
Oh man, that's in the Spotify playlist that we play in the green room all the time. You know, there's some fucking killer songs in that, man. It's like
he's
classics.
Yeah,
classics. He's got so many bangers.
Yeah,
but you know, this one, he's just like letting people, I guess in his eye, I mean, I don't know, I haven't talked to him about it, but I guess he's like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Well,
I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, clearly.
So I'm going to do the one thing that you're never, ever, ever supposed to do. I'm going to make a catchy song that's Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa.
That is the ultimate, like,
whoa.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, and you had to say, like, in the casting, there's like a description of all the stuff. If you want to be a part of this production, like, you have to be comfortable with swastikas.
Is that was in the?
Yeah. He's got a diamond-encrusted swastika.
That's also insane, dude.
By the way, you know a Jew sold him that.
Probably. Or at least supplied the diamonds. Yeah.
Where'd the diamonds come from?
That's insane.
The Jewish people have been controlling diamonds for a long time.
It's insane.
They're very smart about the diamonds because the diamonds aren't even really that valuable anymore.
You know what's fucking crazy in jewelry? Because see, this is one thing that like I don't trust about. There's certain businesses where you're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Right. So like a car, for instance, you have the reference to go like, how much should this cost? Right. And so like, it gives you some personal.
Right. You see a Lamborghini, you know, that's like a $300,000 car.
And you can like check with people.
Yeah.
But like a piece of jewelry.
Right.
This guy who I bought a watch from was like, this jewelry is like, you know, this ring or whatever. It's like, whatever, $50,000 or something. I was like, oh wow. He's like, do you want it? I was like, I don't know. And then like a month or two later, he sent me the same thing. He's like, trying to move this now. Do you want it for like 20?
What?
And I was like, I was like, it's 20? He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to move it now.
What does that mean? What do you own on it? What's it really cost?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so you kind of go like, wait a minute. So I was gonna pay $30,000 more for it?
That would just go to you?
That's so gross, right?
It is gross.
It's just
I would never trust that guy again.
It just really turned me off, man.
Well, you know what's really
thank God I didn't.
Fake diamonds that are real diamonds.
Yeah.
Girls don't want them.
Right.
I was reading this whole thing about the demand and supply for lab-created diamonds that are absolutely diamonds. They're not fake diamonds. It's a real diamond. But it's not a diamond that's pulled out of the ground by slaves.
It's just lab generated.
Yeah, it's not like a blood diamond. So like, well...
And girls are like, I don't want that shit.
I don't want it. It's not real. Oh, no, it's not real.
I want someone to suffer first.
Well, it's not that. What it is the same thing as not wanting a fake Rolex, even though it's like physically the exact same thing as a Rolex.
Yeah.
But that's at least a brand. Like if you're a person who loves engineering and craftsmanship, and I don't want to, someone to rip off someone's work.
Yeah.
Like that's art. Like your watch. That's a piece of art.
Yeah.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. You wouldn't want a fake piece of art. But a diamond is just, it's just elements compressed over time.
Yeah.
And they figured out how to do that where they make perfect diamonds.
Fraction of the cost, I'm assuming, right?
But the demand is super low.
Yeah. Wow.
99% less.
99?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, in some cases. Especially the big ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get like a 3-carat diamond.
Right. The ladies don't want them.
Yeah.
I want a real one.
It's so crazy.
I'll know.
That's one of the
I'll
things.
feel